Hello, Commanders. Automatic Gamer here, and the Vikings have now just signed former Arizona Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray as a veteran option for JJ McCarthy. Now, I have my own thoughts on this move, personally, in my opinion, and now, obviously, everyone's talking about it. I've seen a lot of people voice their own concerns because people are concerned with not only how Kyler Murray is going to operate this team with the head coaching, JJ McCarthy's future, but also with everyone else within the organization is just there's a lot of excitement around it, a lot of unknowns, and a lot of just about that. So it's a interesting move. I'm going to say. Because obviously, we knew, KOC, of course, I know he wanted because after this season with JJ McCarthy, when he played those 10 games, he's been showing a lot of flashes with his, which is good because obviously we had to figure out what we had in this 10th overall pick, even though he's only a 23-year-old kid. And obviously, I think if we trade him now, since he's been showing all these flashes in these 10 games that he's played for us, I think that's going to be an awful move because I'm just afraid if we traded him, one, we would probably only get a fourth or a fifth round pick for him, which wouldn't be the best in the world. Which I would be like, I wouldn't do that trade if we had either a fourth or a fifth. If we traded him, I would be like a second or probably a second round pick. But I don't think we would trade him either way. And I'm totally against trading him because, he needs to develop, and he can still do that. That's what this offseason's about, and of course, I think that's why that's why they brought in Kyler Murray as a quarterback competition. And also, because the one thing that scares me is if we traded away McCarthy to someone like the Bengals to play with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase or Chase Brown, JJ McCarthy is obviously he's going to be under a new regime, new organization, new head coaching staff, and everyone else, and he's going to just completely develop extremely fast, and that will end up being a crucial mistake like we did with Sam Darnold. So yeah, that's why I don't want to trade McCarthy, and I think we just got to ride out things or everything on how it's going to work out with now having still him as a good option for a quarterback that showed a lot of that's already shown a lot of potential from where he started to where he is now, and now having Kyler Murray, we can now obviously probably work on a quarterback competition between who out of the two of them is going to be the starter. But yeah, I don't think JJ McCarthy's time in Minnesota is over. I do believe it is far from over. He's still got a lot more that he can prove and show to this team and organization. Now, does Kyler Murray raise the floor and the ceiling for this team being on the team now? 100%, because as of now in the standings for the NFC North, the chances for us to get into the playoffs were just risen by I think a 20 or a 30%, something like that. So that's huge significance showing how this move is absolutely going to be beneficial for us because like we had with Sam Darnold, we won 14 games, and now with Kyler Murray, this is another huge boost at the quarterback position because now JJ McCarthy has another person that he can sit and learn from. But I'm for me, I'm just a little iffy on him learning behind the scenes again because he's already played, he's already shown flashes, but again, maybe it's someone he can learn from. But the best way to learn if you're going to be a quarterback, in my opinion, is getting experience on the field. So maybe that's where JJ McCarthy is going to shine and get more reps in. But also, that is still what the offseason is for. But yeah, two big signings, of course, for this free agency, even though it's not over yet, is of course Kyler Murray at quarterback, and James Pierre from the Philadelphia Eagles for another cornerback for our secondary group. And I still think that is a absolutely incredible move by our team because as of now, free agency, I mean, obviously, we only got like $35 million in cap space, so we're trying to do our best in order to think methodically and just extremely carefully, which I think is really smart. And obviously, not having too much money, we just gotta be careful in our decisions. And obviously, still got the draft coming up, and yeah, I'm super nervous about that. And well, along with this organization going in the direction they're going, and with a quarterback competition between J.J. McCarthy and Kyler Murray, I think that's maybe what this organization does need, along with still having Max Brosmer. I mean, it is possible that J.J. McCarthy could beat out Kyler Murray or to get the starting job. But I mean, I said that earlier in my when I was rating quarterbacks that we could have brought in, and I mean, I said I think J.J. McCarthy could easily beat out Kirk Cousins and Geno Smith, and he said, and now you're saying, well, automatic. Now you're saying that you're not really that high on Kyler Murray because you said on that video he was number one on your list, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like the Kyler Murray signing, but we got to still develop the 23-year-old kid in McCarthy and see what he's got because I still think he has potential, and a lot of other Vikings fans still think he's got potential. Like I said, I think his time in Minnesota is far from over, or in the NFL in general. I just don't want to trade him because then we all know what's going to happen. So, I mean, yeah, that's my thoughts on J.J. McCarthy and Kyler Murray. But yeah, like I said, maybe a quarterback competition is what we need in the NFL, in this organization. You guys let me know in the comments, but also if you guys want to hear some other ridiculous news in the NFL, which I think is kind of ridiculous. Kirk Cousins, I mean, he signed with the Las Vegas Raiders, and also bad news on the Vikings front. Jalen Nailor, Speedy Nailor, he went to the Raiders, and obviously, yeah, he's going to be missed, and obviously, yeah, I wanted to trade Jordan Addison to someone like the Raiders or the Browns because I couldn't really want the drama anymore on the field, and also Geno Smith, he went to the Jets. Of course, it had to be the Jets, but yeah, that's just a hilarious trade, and yeah, who knows how the season is going to end up and unfold, but obviously now we have more depth at our quarterback room. If indeed who's going to end up being the starter is still unknown, if it's going to be J.J. McCarthy or Kyler Murray, but at least we have it figured out. Maybe not fully, but we still have more depth to our quarterback room, so we don't have to worry about that position as much anymore as we did the previous year heading into this season that we just had. So yeah, there's my thoughts on J.J. McCarthy and now having Kyler Murray in the building and how maybe that quarterback competition is going to affect things for the future of the team. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of this in the comments, and I will see you on the football field, Commanders.